All right, I gotta get something off my chest. I've been like sitting on this. I've been kind of like fuming, I guess. Like okay, maybe not fuming, but just like really pondering this. And I'm trying to find like the best way to say this, but don't y'all get tired of these people? Like, don't y'all get tired of them? Always, always aggrieved. They're always offended. They're always the victim. There's something bad always happening specifically to them. And them, I'm talking about these alt-right conservative, whatever the fuck you want to call them, anti-woke grifters, whatever. Like those people. Are you guys not tired of them? Like, as much as they like to talk about how, oh, the people on the left, they're the ones who are always sensitive, or these SJWs. I miss SJWs, bro. I miss them so much. Because at the very least, you could kind of see where they were coming from. But with these like anti-woke people, it is just a constant stream of misery. And they are the most insecure people on the planet. Just straight up punk bitches. Like, there's no other way I can put that. They are punk bitches. They are so incapable of functioning in our shared reality that they will consistently grab onto anything that validates their existence. They are so against most of the most normal shit possible, right? That they will latch on to things that are completely wrong. Like, by the way, this is kind of just like a venting video, so don't expect too much like narrative flow, okay? But like recently, there was a obviously fake Discord about people being paid to speak positively about Marathon. Why? Because for some godforsaken reason, Marathon became the next woke game to attack. They needed their Concord, 7 at this point. They had to have that happen. And because that's not what's happening, they are being delusional and are creating pure fiction. There is no Discord that exists to pay people for engagement to talk well about Marathon. If you took 2 seconds to look into it, you'd be like, yeah, that's bullshit. But they were so giddy, so willing to believe it because it validates their stances and because they tie their entire identity to IPs they do not own, that they ran with it. And of course, it's the same morons. It's Grumps, it's Pirate Nation, it's Smash JT. It's these dumbasses who think they're the replacement for actual games journalism, when in reality, they are the most sensitive people on the internet who do nothing but confirmation bias. That is it. That's all there is to that. They will grab onto anything that they can use to validate their worldview because it's that small. It is that insecure. They are so hollow and empty as individuals that the only thing that can fill that gnawing void in their soul is shit like this. Or you have people like Tectone who promotes themselves, well, at least now, because obvious grifter is obvious, but promotes himself as some sort of like big, tough alpha man who, doesn't care about these OnlyFans thoughts or whatever. And yet took an L in court and has been holding that L deep in here, deep in there. Motherfucker most likely just violated the terms of his, agreement because of the lawsuit, right? By responding on a topic about his ex whom he cannot address.
I like sex. I haven't had sex in so long.
Did the last guy not have sex with you or what?
Well, he was only attracted to anime women.
Because he's still watching her. He's still watching her. You lost. You do all this big talk talking about, oh, you moved on, you don't care about OnlyFans thoughts, and yet you are so in your goddamn feelings that you are risking more legal consequences because you cannot move on. Oh, you're leaving, your YouTube's getting destroyed, you're leaving, it's getting terminated, you're being attacked. Oh my God, they're coming after you. No. That is not what's happening. What's happening is you are suffering the consequences to your own actions. But like Tectone and all those people, anytime they have to come face to face with the consequences of their actions, suddenly they're being attacked. Oh, I don't want to be on a platform that doesn't let me say these things and whatever. What are those things you're saying, Tectone? consistently targeting people for their differences, protected classes, doing that shit, and you're wondering why YouTube doesn't fuck with you. And you're like, oh well, it's because they're this and the third. Like, no, dude, it's because you are actively violating terms of service. In fact, I called that shit. I knew you would do that because you're predictable. The minute shit was not going your way, the minute you weren't getting the numbers you were used to getting or couldn't buy anymore or whatever, you intentionally try to get in trouble with YouTube so that you could then say, you know what? I just can't use this platform anymore. Like, I literally called that. But again, it's always someone else's fault. It is always the fault of another entity or the woke or them or whatever nebulous group they want to assign blame to, because they are allergic to accountability. They quite simply cannot handle any consequence of their action. That is the through line. These people who talk about how these people came here, these illegal immigrants need to go because they're not here legally. Yeah. They're here for a better life. What about you? You violate basic terms and you get on the internet and you complain and you cry about it. But we're supposed to believe tough alpha man. We're supposed to believe that you're some super capable person where you can't even handle not talking about your ex, or these other losers who can't handle, oh my God, you guys, they censored my game. And by censorship, do they mean that they didn't let the game be sold? That they made severe alterations to the characters or the storylines? No. What they mean is they can't look up the skirt of a 15-year-old girl. Tifa in Final Fantasy VII Remake, her cleavage when she's 15 in a flashback, they got rid of it. The cleavage is still there when she's an adult. Ample cleavage when she's an adult, including the swimsuit. But when she's a child, they toned it down. And you're mad about that. Oh, look, in Fatal Frame, you can't look up someone's skirt. Oh, this is censorship. This is censorship. What happened with horses? Nah, whatever. Who cares? But oh my God, my anime game, they censored 20% of the nipple. How dare they? This is the fall of Western civilization. Like, you're a baby. You cannot function in a proper society. You simply cannot. Anytime there is a talk of censorship with these people, because again, they take as an attack on them, it's never anything serious, ever at all. It's the same people who are like, oh, these localizers ruin everything. Okay, bitch, then learn Japanese. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, these aren't concerns. These aren't real things. But everything's an attack on you. Oh my God, you guys, these hoodweebs are taking over anime. Even though, let's be fucking real, black people made anime 100 times cooler in the mainstream. Fucking facts. Like, get the fuck out of here. Brolic, you're welcome. Like, everything's an attack on them. Every single thing's an attack on them. And what I don't understand is why people aren't relentlessly bullying these people. You have grown-ass men dressed up as anime VTube girls and out here trying to make trans people are weird. Motherfucker, that's their identity. You are choosing to look like a vampire loli, Rev. Like, you're choosing to do that. You paid an artist. You paid like a rigger. You got all this stuff done so you can complain about the great replacement? What? Oh, look, they're doing a black VTuber award. Why don't we do a white VTuber award just out of spite? Oh, look, the Real Game Awards is the moment, for the gaming industry to come together and actually celebrate themselves. Well, let's do the Real Game Awards for the real gamers. Like, again, everything that happens is a slight to them. Like, they think everything people do is specifically to upset them. How dare they make a award show uplifting black voices in this space? How dare they do that? Let's do it for white people because, historically, white people have been oppressed for being white. Like, oh, the Real Game Awards. Yeah, for the real gamers. Because this word is too Hollywood. It's too, and all why? Because they're not invited. Because the Side Scrollers podcast will never be invited to actual industry things. Much like most of these grifters don't get invited to actual industry events, and they're so bitter over that and so angry over it. Instead of working on their craft and putting out content that's actually thought-provoking and not just fucking slop, they're like, oh no, the industry's just gone woke, that's all. Once the pendulum swings, buddy, the closest you guys have to a game developer is Grums. And where has that gotten you? Oh yeah, the Real Game Awards. Good job there. Like, it blows my mind that these people will get on the internet and complain about wokeness when they have, as of right now, culturally, the president is on their team, right? Everything's on their team. And do you think they are happy about that? No. They're more miserable now than anything. Why? Because now they really have to reach hard to fabricate bullshit to feel like they're being oppressed. They're being attacked. Again, because they tie everything to IP because they are empty people. Every game that they deem as anti-woke, if it doesn't have the most sales, the most concurrent users, the best score on Metacritic, the most user reviews, it's because the woke cabal is attacking them. Like, that's complete loser shit. Like, you guys are the most insecure people I've ever seen. Punk bitches. Just all of you guys. How do you live like that? How do you wake up every day, look in the mirror, and go, I'm a well-adjusted human being. I am able to participate in society. When a nipple being censored is like the fall of Western civilization to you, where if there's a queer person in your video game, you must get on the internet and make 30 videos about it. Where there's a game that you have no interest in playing, but because it has, like, let's just say lesbians in it, you've now made it your sole mission to try to make this game fail. Like, that's loser shit. That is loser shit. And your audience members are also losers. I have seen the comments. My God, I've seen the comments. And it is the saddest shit you will ever see. Like, off the top of the dome, I saw a comment talking about, there was Tom Henderson was making a joke. And in that comment section, the person was going, well, yeah, we need to relish in the failures of game developers and game studios so that way they won't do that again. Like, what kind of brain poison do you have where you think a studio or game failing means no one's ever going to make a game in that genre ever again? That's stupid. Like, we have gotten so beyond the point where people don't even understand that games fail and games succeed for a myriad of reasons. But the second they think a game they don't like fails, oh, it's because it's woke, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's that, because that attacks my identity. I'm a big, strong man, but I can't play a game when there's a girl in it unless I can jerk off to her. I'm a big, strong, well-adjusted man, but are those black people and NPC characters in my Exorcism 33? I don't think so. Oh, Crimson Desert. Oh, thank God there are no Asians or black people in this game and just white people, which is not true, but that's what they're saying. Like that is their mindset. Everything scares them. They are afraid of everything. They are afraid of accountability. They are afraid of diversity. They are afraid to play games that don't placate to their very varied insecurities. They need to constantly be reaffirmed every day. Like, it's like being in a relationship with the most insecure people in the world. We have to tell them how pretty they are, how smart they are every moment of every day, or they think you hate them. And then they wonder why people don't like them. Then they wonder why they have to always rely on each other because they can't stand on their own. They're insecure. Their whole college industry revolves around them parroting each other. Whoever's the biggest one says something and they all parrot it because all they want is validation. They have no original thoughts. They bring nothing different to the table. They all produce almost the same goddamn content, sometimes verbatim. You know, like a Mount Weasel, which I learned through a lawsuit because one of them is being sued. And in that lawsuit, we discovered that they literally had the same talking points to the same vernacular because the idea of having an original thought is so terrifying to them that they shut their brains off and just borrow the one brain cell. And everything that they do is out of the most intense insecurities you could possibly imagine. They do not create anything. There's nothing original there. They are just angry, empty people who need to constantly be offended. Crimson Desert, which I've talked about way too much, I admit, but that game is getting pretty good reviews and they're still upset. They are still upset. I even saw people trying to say that one of the girls looks like a man in the game that they claimed was anti-woke. Like, there's literally no winning with these people. They will always be upset about something. They will always be upset about something. They never talk about something they like unless they're able to compare that to something they deem as woke. That's why for like Knight's Path, they will always talk about that in relation to Ex Voto as if they are the same game at all. Because they can be like, oh, look at Ex Voto, that's doing too well. Yeah, it's not doing too well. Okay, who cares? I was one of the people who were like, yeah, I'll play the game. I'm still playing the game. I don't care if it does well, like financially. It's not part of my identity. I play games that people don't like. Who fucking cares? I don't need to be constantly validated, but they do. And it's so annoying. And it's more annoying that a lot of people just let them do this. Like, why are we letting them get away with this shit, man? Like, it's the shit that they say that other people do, they do in spades because it's always projection. You cannot look up a game without them shitting on it because woke, gay, black people, minorities, women, whatever. It's every game. It's every game. And then anytime you call them out on that, what do they say? Oh, so you can't critique? I've gotten out my own comments from my audience. Oh, so we can't critique things? You don't know how to critique. You calling something woke and gay is not a criticism. It's you being afraid. It is you being so insecure that you have to lash out against anything you think is different from you because you're too much of a bitch to live in the real world and understand that people have different backgrounds and different interests from you. You are not the sole person in the universe. There are other gamers. There are other consumers. There are other genres. There are people with different ideas. You are myopic. You are narrow-minded. And because of that, you want the world to conform to your very narrow worldview. And that will never happen. You need to get better. All of you people who follow them, who support them, you need to get better. Because what do you mean you're supporting someone whose whole output is, oh my God, there's women in video games? Like, look at their lives. Actually look at their lives. Don't look, oh, look how much fame and wealth they have. Yeah, okay, cool. And they're miserable. They're more miserable than you. Look at like fucking, I don't know, Andy Pence. Puts out a video game that's dog shit. Gets his game banned most places because there's like illegal content in the game. Complains about it. Wife definitely took his kid. He's definitely alone. And you can hear him in his videos literally drunk talking about being anti-Semitic and blaming Jewish people for like a video game succeeding. Like insane anti-Semitism. You guys are supporting that. Like, oh yeah, he speaks the truth. Really? You guys think there's too many women behind games and that's why games are bad? Are you fucking 12? Like, you understand you have to be an idiot to believe that. Like a legitimate idiot to believe that. You don't think games being, let's say, worse has anything to do with the fact that, ooh, I don't know, recently Epic just fired like 1,000 people. There's been massive firings in the gaming industry over the last like 3 years. You don't think that has any impact on the quality of future games? You don't think living in a capitalistic system where greed leads everything might impact how games are made? You don't think any of that matters? You just think because they have women in studios that games are bad now? Like, you're stupid. And someone should tell you that. I'll be that person. You're dumb. Andy's dumb. And you're his audience, you're dumber. And he knows he's grifting off of you because he's admitted as much.
Lastly, boys, one final thing. I wanted to call out my other channel. If you just search Andy Pants Retro Gaming, you'll find it. I often get requests on my channel for me to review games. But here's the thing. This channel you're on right now, it's become more of a anti-woke, like the videos that get popular are people want me to talk about woke stuff, and I've kind of gotten painted into that corner, and that's what I'm stuck with. And to be honest, when I put reviews of games on this channel, nobody watches them, nobody seems to care.
He has stated that he has been painted into an anti-woke channel, and no one gives a shit about his real opinion. He has said that, and you still watch, you still support. Everyone I've talked about thinks you are dumber than them. That's why they do what they do. Why do you guys still follow them? What are you getting from these people who are just going to tell you the same information? Hey, look, this company's doing bad because it's woke. Ubisoft is doing bad because of Assassin's Creed and Star Wars Outlaw, and not because of years of bad decision making. No, it's because of these two games. because one of them had a woman you thought was ugly and the other one had a black person in it. That's your argument. Like, even when you can be right about something, you refuse to actually be right about it. Yeah, Ubisoft's made bad decisions. I have a whole ass video on that. But then you guys would be like, oh no, it's because these woke characters are in there. Oh, they canceled the new Perfect Dark. It's because Joanne Dark had DEI chin. And not because we've been canceling games and studios left and right for years now. Like, god damn. And then just going back to what I was talking about earlier, like, these people are, my hair's crazy. These people are so insecure that everything scares them. Everything scares them. There's not a single thing they can handle. If there's a woman who they don't think is hot that exists, they lose their minds. If a company decides to alter design their own characters, it's no, they were forced to do it. Shift Up would never alter design. Sony made them do it. Even though Eve has more revealing clothing in the game. Because this one thing was altered was because of Sony. And no one ever thinks it through. Well, why would Sony allow all this shit to happen? But this one outfit, you have to put cloth right here. Where you can see her butthole. But there's one outfit they'll change. Oh, because it's censorship. No, you're an idiot. Like, you guys' logic doesn't exist. It's just, you're so just keyed up to be mad about something that if the smallest change, you forget how game design works, how iteration works. You don't think people work in the industry go, hey, you know what? We changed that. What was it recently? The 7 Deadly Sins. Oh, but in the beta, you could see up her underwear and it was a thong and now she's wearing shorts. Okay, so what? What does that change? Is the game going to function worse now? Well, you know, these games are made for gooners. So when we say these are gooner games, you guys get mad saying it's not just that. But when we don't call them gooner games, your defense is, well, it's for gooners. It's not for fans of the series. It's for just gooners. Like, that's, and then I'm like, okay, go play adult games. Oh, wow, you know. Like, again, constantly aggrieved. Always upset about something. Just always upset. And I understand the irony of me essentially venting about this for who knows how long. But, like, you guys, come on. Come on. Is it that insane? Is it that insane to take my stance on things? Or approximate my stances on things? Where you can criticize things. You can not like things. But to go to the extremes that these people go to again, share information that's blatantly false just because you do not like the idea of something. You don't like a marathon existing because it's, I don't understand why you guys hate marathon so much. You're not going to play. I don't know you hate it so much, but you will then go to a source which is Kotaku in action and be like, here's a real thing. Of course, because the only way a game can exist is if someone's astroturfing it. Unless I like it, then it's innocent and it's perfect and it's fine. Like, God, oh my God. Oh. Okay. I'm done now.